Cal Weaver is surprised when he learns that his wife Emily cheated on him with David Lindhagen, his co-worker, and wants a divorce. After moving into his own apartment, Cal begins frequenting a bar night after night, talking loudly about his divorce, until he attracts the attention of a young man named Jacob Palmer, a womanizer who successfully beds women each night. Although a young woman named Hannah recently rejected his advances, taking pity on Cal, Jacob agrees to teach him how to pick up women. Jacob takes Cal shopping, outfitting him with an entirely new wardrobe, and begins teaching him the art of seduction. As they spend their evenings at the bar together, friendship blossoms. On Cal's first attempt to seduce a woman, he meets a teacher named Kate, who initially rejects his awkward advances. Still, eventually, they sleep together at his apartment. Cal successfully seduces multiple women in the following weeks, although he remains troubled by his crumbling marriage. He only sees Emily again at a parent-teacher conference. They almost reconcile, but the teacher they meet with is Kate, and Emily learns of Cal's recent womanizing. She leaves in disgust and begins dating David. Meanwhile, a law student, Hannah, is about to take the bar exam and expects a marriage proposal from her boyfriend Richard. Hannah's best friend Liz doesn't believe Hannah is happy with Richard, and thinks she should have hooked up with Jacob the night the two met. After Hannah passes the bar exam, Richard does not propose. Instead, he extends a job offer at his law firm, hurting and disappointing Hannah. Hannah storms from the restaurant and returns to the bar, where she initially rejects Jacob's advances. Upon finding Jacob at the bar, Hannah pulls his attention from another young woman and embraces him in a passionate kiss. The two return to Jacob's home and plan to make love, but stay awake all night talking about themselves. Jacob soon starts a relationship with Hannah, and due to their time together, he distances himself from California. Not understanding why Jacob is avoiding his phone calls, Cal slips back into a lonely and depressive state. At the same time, 13-year-old Robbie makes numerous grand gestures to win the heart of his 17-year-old babysitter, Jessica. Robbie tells Cal that he believes Jessica is his soulmate, just like he believes Emily is Cal's soulmate. Unfortunately, Jessica is repulsed by Robbie's advances and harbors a crush on Cal. After learning of Cal's womanizing, Jessica, on the advice of a classmate, takes naked photos of herself to send to Cal and tucks them away in an envelope inside her dresser drawer. Later, when Cal is maintaining the house's backyard at night, which he has been secretly doing since the divorce, he sees Emily making a call to him through the window, asking him for help relighting the furnace's pilot light. Seeing that she is nowhere near the furnace and that the call was a pretense to talk to him, Cal decides to try to win her back. Meanwhile, as Jacob and Hannah peruse the aisles of a store, Jacob finally decides to return Cal's calls and apologizes for being unreachable. He tells Cal he needs advice because he thinks he is falling for a girl and is on his way to meet her mother. Cal reassures Jacob, telling him to just be himself, and gets off the phone, pleased that Jacob finally called back and that he could give Jacob some advice rather than the other way around. Cal and his kids create a makeshift mini golf course in their backyard to remind Emily of their first date in preparation for winning his wife back. During the gathering, Jacob and Hannah unexpectedly show up at the house, and Hannah is revealed to be Cal and Emily's daughter. At that moment, Jessica's father, Bernie, shows up and attacks Cal, having seen the naked pictures of Jessica in the envelope addressed to California. Jessica arrives and desperately tries to stop her father's attacks, telling him Cal knew nothing of the pictures. Robbie gets upset that Cal is Jessica's secret crush. Then David arrives to return Emily's jacket from a previous date. Jacob responds by attacking David for stealing Emily away from Cal. Cal, Jacob, David and Bernie then get into a scuffle broken up by the police, after which Cal leaves everyone in frustration. Cal starts spending his time at the bar again and receives a visit from Jacob, who confesses that he is in love with Hannah. Cal, however, cannot approve of their relationship because he has seen Jacob's womanizing ways. At Robbie's 8th grade graduation, Robbie is the salutatorian and gives a speech about how he no longer believes in true love and soulmates. Cal stops him and instead begins to recount his courtship with Emily to the audience, saying that while he doesn't know if things will work out, he will never give up on Emily. With renewed faith, Robbie reaffirms his love for Jessica to audience applause. After the ceremony, Cal finally approves of Jacob and Hannah's relationship. Flattered by Robbie's declaration of love, Jessica gives him an envelope possibly containing nude photos of herself to get him through high school. Cal and Emily laugh about the events that have transpired the past year, as Robbie looks on at them and grins.